Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash, the channel where we cut through brochure fluff, dealership rehearsals, and marketing gimmicks, and bring you the real, unfiltered truth about cars that are actually hitting the roads. If you're new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button and ring the bell, because today we're diving into a car that has quietly been winning hearts across multiple markets for being affordable, practical, and surprisingly refined. This is the 2026 Geely Emgrand, and trust me, it's worth a closer look if you've been searching for a compact sedan that doesn't feel cheap, doesn't scream budget, but still delivers value in every sense. Exterior. At first glance, the 2026 Geely Emgrand looks like it's matured into a proper global contender. When you stand in front of it, the first thing you notice is the new front fascia, which is a clear step forward from the outgoing design. The grille has a bold, almost European-inspired feel, with a wider stance and sleek chrome accents that flow seamlessly into the headlights. The headlights themselves are sharp and modern, with full LED lighting and a daytime running light signature that gives the Emgrand a more premium look than you would expect at this price point. The bumper has been reworked to include larger air intakes, giving the sedan a sportier and more confident face. It no longer looks like the budget option, it looks like a car that belongs next to the bigger players in this segment. Moving along to the side profile, the Emgrand maintains the traditional sedan proportions, but the lines are smoother and more aerodynamic this time around. You'll notice a sharp shoulder line running from the headlights to the taillights, which adds character and elongates the stance of the car. The window frames have a subtle chrome outline, giving the car a more upscale vibe, and the door handles are body-colored with a clean finish. Depending on the trim level, you can get alloy wheels that range from 16 to 18 inches, with designs that look surprisingly sporty for a compact sedan. The car sits slightly lower than some rivals, which helps improve aerodynamics and stability, but Geely has managed to keep ground clearance practical enough for real-world road conditions, which is crucial for markets with mixed road quality. Now if we move to the back, this is where Geely has really nailed the design. The rear lights are fully LED with a connected light bar running across the trunk lid, which has become a modern design trend, and it looks fantastic here. The lights have a sharp, futuristic style, and they give the Emgrand a presence that feels above its segment. The bumper design has been simplified but looks premium, and depending on the variant, you may find chrome touches or even a faux diffuser finish that adds a touch of sportiness. The overall back end doesn't scream flashy, but it's balanced, modern, and very well put together. This is one of those cases where you can see that Geely wants to appeal to younger buyers while still keeping things classy for a wider audience. Interior. Stepping inside, the story continues with an interior that feels more expensive than the price tag suggests. The dashboard design is clean and minimalistic, with a horizontal layout that emphasizes width and space. At the center, you'll find a large touchscreen display at 10.25 inches on most trims that controls the infotainment system. It supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, and Geely has made sure the interface is smoother and more responsive than in the previous generation. Right in front of the driver, there's a fully digital instrument cluster, which is customizable and displays everything from speed and navigation to fuel economy in a crisp, modern design. The materials inside are impressive for this segment. Soft touch plastics, leatherette trim, and even contrast stitching are found on the higher trims, while the entry-level models still maintain a decent build quality without feeling cheap. The seats are supportive and comfortable, with decent bolstering for longer drives, and depending on the variant, you can opt for leather upholstery and power adjustment. Space is another strong point. Both front and rear passengers get good legroom and headroom, and the rear bench is wide enough for 3 passengers without feeling overly cramped. The Emgrand doesn't just stop at space and comfort, it also packs in tech that makes it feel more premium. Features like a panoramic sunroof, wireless phone charging, multiple USB-C ports, and even a 360-degree camera are available depending on the trim level. Safety is also well covered with advanced driver assistance systems including adaptive cruise control, lane departure warning, blind spot detection, and automatic emergency braking. For a compact sedan at this price point, that's a lot of value baked in. Now let's talk about performance. because this is where compact sedans often make compromises, but Geely has done some interesting work with the Emgrand. Under the hood, the 2026 Emgrand comes with a choice of powertrains depending on the market. The most common option is a 1.5-liter naturally aspirated four-cylinder engine producing around 114 horsepower and 147 Nm of torque, paired with either a 5-speed manual or a CVT automatic. This isn't a performance engine by any means, but it's smooth, reliable, and efficient, perfect for daily commuting. For those wanting a bit more punch, certain markets will get the 1.5-liter turbocharged engine, which pushes output closer to 150 horsepower and over 200 Nm of torque. This version feels significantly livelier, especially when paired with the CVT that has simulated gear shifts to give a more natural driving feel. Acceleration is respectable for a compact sedan, and the turbo engine makes highway overtaking far easier. In terms of fuel economy, both engines are tuned to be frugal, with average consumption figures ranging from 6 to 7 liters per 100 kilometers, depending on your driving style. On the road, the Emgrand feels surprisingly composed. The steering is light at low speeds, making city driving and parking effortless, but it firms up at higher speeds to give you confidence on the highway. The suspension is tuned more towards comfort, soaking up bumps and rough patches quite well, but it also holds its ground in corners without excessive body roll. Noise insulation has also been improved, making the cabin quieter than before, which adds to the premium feel of the car. And now the big question: how much does all of this cost? The Geely Emgrand has always been about value, and the 2026 model continues that tradition. In most markets, the starting price is expected to hover around $15,000 to $17,000 for the base variant, while the fully loaded top trim with all the bells and whistles could climb up to around $22,000. When you compare this pricing to what you're getting in terms of design, technology, safety, and comfort, it really undercuts some of the traditional players in this segment while offering more modern features. So, what's the verdict? The 2026 Geely Emgrand is not just another budget sedan, it's proof that affordable cars can still feel stylish, comfortable, and high-tech. It might not be the fastest car in its class, but it's reliable, efficient, and packed with features that make everyday driving more enjoyable. Geely has done a solid job refining the Emgrand into something that looks premium, drives well, and doesn't drain your wallet. That's my take on the 2026 Geely Emgrand. If you're shopping for a compact sedan and don't want to compromise on style or tech, this car deserves a test drive. Let me know in the comments what you think about this latest Emgrand. Does it stand a chance against rivals like the Toyota Corolla, Honda City, or Hyundai Elantra in your market? I'd love to hear your thoughts. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to give the video a like, share it with friends who are car shopping, and subscribe to Car Flash for more real-world reviews just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.